There's something most people misunderstand about stress. They think stress is just a feeling, something that happens in the mind, something you can control if you think more positively or just calm down. But the truth is, stress is not just a feeling. It is a full-body biological state. And when it lasts long enough, it begins to change how your body functions every single day. Not in a dramatic, obvious way at first, but slowly, quietly, until one day you realize something doesn't feel the same anymore. Your body doesn't respond the way it used to. Your energy isn't stable like before. Your sleep doesn't feel as deep. And you don't quite understand why. That is the point where stress is no longer just a temporary response. It has become your body's baseline. When your body stays in a prolonged state of stress, it shifts into survival mode. And that changes how your body allocates its resources. Anything that is not essential for immediate survival gets pushed to the background. And anything that helps you stay alert and react quickly gets prioritized. The problem is, modern life rarely involves real physical danger. But your nervous system doesn't fully recognize that. It still responds as if you are constantly preparing to deal with a threat. And when this state continues over time, it starts affecting the systems that are supposed to keep you healthy. One of the first systems affected is digestion. When your body is in a defensive state, it doesn't want to spend energy processing food. Digestion becomes a lower priority. That's why you may experience loss of appetite, bloating, or discomfort after eating. Not necessarily because of the food itself, but because your body isn't in the right state to process it properly. Then comes sleep. A body that is constantly alert cannot easily enter deep, restorative sleep. From the perspective of your nervous system, deep sleep means letting your guard down. And that doesn't feel safe. So you may still sleep, but not deeply. You wake up tired, your mind feels heavy, and you assume you need more sleep. But often, the issue is not the number of hours you sleep. It's the state your nervous system is in while you sleep. Your energy during the day also begins to shift in a very specific way. You feel exhausted, but unable to rest. You feel drained, but mentally activated. This is one of the most recognizable patterns of chronic stress. Your body lacks real energy, but your nervous system keeps you switched on. It's like a car that's running out of fuel, but the engine is still being pushed to run at high speed. Over time, this begins to affect your ability to focus. Because when your nervous system is in a state of alert, it prioritizes scanning the environment over settling into one task. A part of your attention is always watching, always checking, always preparing, and that makes it harder to concentrate deeply. Not because you lack discipline, but because your system doesn't feel safe enough to fully settle. Memory is affected too. A brain that is constantly on guard is not a brain that learns efficiently. It prioritizes survival over storage. That's why you may find yourself forgetting simple things, struggling to retain information, or feeling like your mind is not as sharp as it used to be. And then there is your immune system. This is something many people overlook. Your body cannot stay in long-term survival mode and still optimize repair and recovery at the same time. These are two completely different states. One is for fighting and reacting. The other is for healing and maintaining. You cannot fully do both at once. So when stress becomes chronic, your body's ability to repair itself begins to decline. You feel more fatigued, you recover more slowly, you become more vulnerable over time. But the most damaging effect of chronic stress is not just what it does to your body. It's what it does to the way you see yourself. When you live in this state long enough, you begin to believe that this is just who you are. You start thinking you're lazy, that you're weak, that you're not disciplined enough. But the truth is, your body has been operating in a state it was never designed to stay in. There is nothing wrong with you. You are simply exhausted. in a way your body was never taught how to recover from. And this is the part that matters most. You cannot fix chronic stress by pushing harder. You cannot think your way out of it. Because the problem is not effort. The problem is the state your body is stuck in. Your body does not need more pressure. It needs signals of safety. Not once, but repeatedly, consistently, long enough for it to believe that the danger has passed. And when that begins to happen, something shifts. You don't have to force yourself to feel better anymore. Your body starts to return to balance on its own, slowly, but genuinely. But here's the real question. If your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode for so long, how do you actually show it that it's safe again? Because understanding what stress does to your body is only the first step. The real change begins when you learn how to help your nervous system finally feel safe again. In the next video, we'll walk through exactly how to guide your body out of stress, not by forcing it, but by working with how your nervous system is designed to heal.